Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Ruben Borsje. I'm a coastal consultant for HaskoningDHV. Over the last few years, I've been working with Norfolk District Council and the Bacton terminal companies on the Bacton sandscaping project. And the digital twin that we developed is one aspect of that, and I'll be talking about that today. So I'd first like to give a bit of background around the full project that we worked on. The Bacton gas terminal was at risk from coastal erosion. That was deemed an unsolvable problem because traditional engineering solutions would mean that the villages downdrift would be very negatively affected. We exported a Dutch innovation, which is what we dubbed sandscaping, but it was the zandmotor in the Netherlands, and was basically placing 1.8 million cubic meters of sediment in front of the beach, and that would then be transported downdrift to the villages to also protect those over the coming years. For the terminal, it gave a very high protection level, and a renourishment interval of 15 to 20 years, which is much longer than is generally the case with beach nourishments. And for the villages downdrift, higher beaches and slower erosion, and actually time for adaptation, because officially in the shoreline management plan, they're not allowed to do any physical intervention. So this gives them the time to adapt in different ways to coastal erosion. With the client group, well, these are some images of products. The first one is from the Netherlands, the zandmotor there, and the lower image is what we've done in Bacton. And this is the same house in the red circle, so you can see the impact of the product on the people there. That was great. However, sandscaping is a very new concept and brings along quite a bit of uncertainty. And so we devised a monitoring and integrity management plan before we even built the asset. And so this is all, because this is a natural asset. This is all about adaptive asset management, and therefore we set triggers for future intervention, so that the client group, both the Bacton terminal companies and the Norfolk District Council, would be aware in time before they had to do a re-intervention in their coast and update their coastal protection. We developed an enhanced survey program with the Dutch government and the client group, and that on the one hand included an innovative monitoring by a Dutch partner. You can see that in the video, and the development of a digital twin, which automates a regular review of the predictions that we've done that determined that 15 to 20 years lifetime. So we're basically so that we can tell the client what's going to happen and what do you need to do about it. So a digital twin in coastal management is quite a new concept, but we're looking at a natural system here, and that asks for adaptive asset management. Beaches are highly dynamic, and therefore, that requires dynamic management, and therefore we thought that the starting product this is suitable for a digital twin. The digital twin we developed is real time, and I say that between quotes because we're talking about processes here that play out on a decadal time scale. We've got every half a year we've got a survey of the asset. So in the grand scheme of things, that is you can discuss whether it's real time, but for us it's real time enough. So our digital twin is driven by relevant and suitable data, and it provides insight into how that asset behaves under a variety of simulated conditions, so hydrodynamics, waves, and tides. And this will improve the future decision making of our client group. And at Bacton, that management question that we built towards was, when do you need to reinvest in the coastal protection here, and what's the state of your asset in the meantime? So the digital twin that we developed replicates that regular review that we set out in the scheme's monitoring plan. That is survey data to update the actual mirror that we have of the digital mirror that we have of the asset. We use that mirror to recalibrate the existing coastal numerical models that we have together with current hydrodynamic conditions. And then we reused that model to redo our long-term predictions. And using those long-term predictions and those triggers for intervention, so which beach state is critical for example, the erosion at the terminal frontage, the terminal beach. With those triggers and the future predictions, we can actually determine when it's most likely that the asset will fail, and you need to have a re-intervention plan in place in time. So in terms of the digital twin, we capture regular, highly accurate beach surveys. We use that to describe the natural world into the digital world. We update our numerical models. We predict the coastline position over the next 40 years. And then we use that to provide the client with an expected lifetime, and they can use that to inform their investment decisions. This is what that looks like. So that whole calculation and the calibration that is made visual in a online viewer that the client can access at any time. It's called a map viewer. It shows the past, the present, the future state of the beach in more detail for each of the gray lines that you see. Those are beach cross sections. It shows what the beach looks like in a cross sectional view, so that the client exactly knows how their asset is performing. But then the most important bit, we can tell them actually in which year, where on the coast they're likely to have to do an intervention. So when they will need to start thinking about investment. And well, whenever a new survey comes in, we update this, and that estimate should get more accurate. So we've also looked at how this digital, because so the concept of a digital beach twin worked very well for this client, and we've looked at how we can actually apply that to other cases, because it's a versatile concept. We build it around a particular management question, but for similar assets, there might be similar management questions. And for us in the coastal management market, the requirements are that there is a managed beach, some form of managed beach. You've got suitable monitoring data, and you're thinking about future predictions and triggers that will make you act or make you intervene. But there is a much wider potential on that, and you can think about anything from managing natural habitat to recreation and what's so on. So there's quite a, based on the management question that you actually assess, there is a lot of potential for this. That's that in a nutshell. Thank you very much.